Welcome to St. Petersburg Together. I'm your host, Janice Ford. Heart disease is the #1 killer of women and men in the United States. The American Heart Association wants people to know their risk. Joining us today to talk about how going red can help in the fight is Ronell Montgomery, Sharon Martinez, and Susan Hopkins. Thanks for joining us, ladies.
Thank you.
So let's start off. What and when is Heart Month?
Heart Month is the month of February. We try to bring awareness on that specific month to people about the disease.
Okay. Now, what and when is National Wear Red Day? Because I see a lot of that, and I'm sorry I didn't wear red.
It's always the first February of the month, so this year it's February 6th.
Okay. But during the month of February, you celebrate all.
Yes, there's multiple activities.
Okay.
Buildings go red, churches go red. We have a mural painting downtown St. Pete. Bayfront has Babies Go Red. They have Picture and a Promise. We have all kinds of activities that go on in the Tampa Bay area.
So that means that you wear red.
We wear red.
Okay. And that's the only month that you all do that?
Well, it's the month where we concentrate on it, but we
Okay.
actually raise awareness the year round.
Okay. And what is Go Red for women? Is that basically the same thing?
You want to answer
Go
that?
Red for Women is a matter of heart disease and heart attacks being one of the top killers of women. And for women, it's presented a little bit different. Mm-hmm. So when we say Go Red for Women, that's what we're talking about, is specifically women and heart disease and heart attack.
That's why we wear these little red dress pins.
Yeah, come on too. So, Susan, you're a survivor of a heart attack?
I am, yes.
Okay, so you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, my situation was kind of scary actually, because I was one of those patients that they say is outside the box. I was only 50 years old. I didn't have any risk factors commonly associated with heart disease. I'm not overweight, I don't smoke, I don't have diabetes or high blood pressure. My cholesterol was perfect, and I was riding my bike 85 miles a week. Oh. And in fact, the day that I had my heart attack, my husband and I went out on a bike ride. And we got about halfway through the ride, took a drink, turned around to come home, and almost immediately I had very intense upper abdominal pain. Now at that time, I did not know that women's heart attack symptoms can be very different from men. What they call classic heart attack symptoms are actually men's heart attack symptoms. So I had intense upper abdominal pain, actually had to stop and rest, and my husband came back and he said, do I need to go get the car? And I said, oh no, I'll be fine. So I rode my bike home about 6 miles during the onset of my heart attack, yes. So we got home, I ate something. I have acid reflux, and so I thought maybe it was my GERD. It didn't really feel anything like GERD, but I couldn't imagine what else it could be. And I also had a really strong sense that something was really wrong. They call that feeling of impending doom, but I dismissed that. I wasn't paying any attention to my intuition or my body or anything. And so we got home, and eventually my symptoms became what they call classic, and we called 911. I went to the hospital in an ambulance, which is a very good thing to do because you bypass triage and you go right into the emergency room. And I had the major part of the event right there in the emergency room, and they took me down to the cath lab, and I had 2 stents placed. I had a 95% blocked artery. Yeah, I was riding my bike 85 miles a week with a 95% blocked artery.
Jeez, but the fact that you had this, and then you rode your bike home, I mean, that's amazing.
Right.
So what kind of advice would you give for women on prevention?
I have a couple of things, actually. We all know that we're supposed to eat healthfully. We know we're supposed to eat whole grain foods and fresh fruits and vegetables, and we're supposed to exercise, and we're supposed to reduce the amount of processed foods that we eat. But why are we supposed to reduce the number of processed foods that we eat? Well, it's because they're full of sodium. And sodium is a very dangerous thing in our diet. The American Heart Association suggests a maximum of 1,500 milligrams of sodium a day. And as Americans, we're consuming upwards of 3,400 milligrams or more. Everything that you buy at the grocery store that's not fresh is processed. It has sodium in it.
That's
Well,
good to
why
read labels.
That's right. You have to read the labels. But why is sodium bad for you? it can cause all kinds of health problems. It can cause kidney stones, kidney disease, it can cause heart failure, it can raise your blood pressure, and high blood pressure is a huge risk factor for stroke.
Yes.
So the Heart Association has a website that's called sodiumbreakup.heart.org. And if you go to that website, it has sodium 411, it has all kinds of information on where sodium is, how it sneaks into our food, what we can do to reduce the sodium in our diets. And the other suggestion that I have is really on a more global basis, because we know all the things that we're supposed to be doing. Women, especially young mothers, have a tendency to take care of everybody else except themselves. And so my suggestion, my advice to women would be to really be in tune with your body. And we know we're supposed to pay attention to the lab results that we get from the doctors and all that. But know what's normal for you. And if you have really strong intuition that something's wrong, pay attention to that. I didn't do that when I was on the trail, and that could have killed me. You know, I'm fortunate because my atypical symptoms became classic. But if you educate yourself and you know what's normal for you and what the symptoms are for heart disease and what you need to do, then you'll still be around to take care of those people that you want to take care of.
And you know, while we're talking, we do have information and photos that we're placing on the screen for people can contact you, go to your website and hear and see, you know, the symptoms and what you can do and things like that. Sharon, you're a survivor as well. Tell us about your stroke.
Like Susan, I paid attention to everybody else's needs. At the age of 30, I began having a chest pain while washing dishes, doing just a household chore, nothing out of the ordinary, and I got a really bad pain. And I told my husband about it. He just told me, you know, lay down, maybe you've overworked yourself. And I just laid down, the pain went away. I got back up, started washing dishes again, and the second time it came. But I did not think it was anything to do with my heart. I had 3 kids and a house that I was taking care of, and of course, like Susan said, we usually tend to put others before ourselves. Made an appointment with the cardiologist, didn't think anything of it. I was going to school at the time, so they thought that maybe it was just because I was taking more weight. I was carrying around a backpack and things like that. So they did a stress test, and on the stress test is when it came out that I did have a stroke. At the age of 30, that was just unexplainable because at the age of 30, who has a stroke?
Very lucky as well.
I'm very blessed to be here, and this is my mission for the past 2 years have been to raise awareness, especially for younger women, so they can say, you know, my intuition is telling me, do something about it. Don't just ignore it.
Right. So I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked Susan. What advice would you give as far as prevention?
Prevention, number one, is eating healthier, exercising. Even a 5-minute walk counts, you know, out of your schedule. Also, take care of yourself is my biggest thing. If you are not here and healthy, you can't take care of others.
I didn't ask, what is your association with the American Heart Association?
Mine?
You are an employee?
No,
or
I'm a volunteer.
You're a volunteer?
Yeah, I got involved actually through the Heart Walk.
Okay.
And so I go out and I speak to women's groups and do my little dog and pony show for them.
Okay, and you?
Same. I volunteer helping raise awareness to women.
Okay, Ronell, tell us about the Go Red for Women Passion Committee.
The Passion Committee is a group of women volunteers who mission it is to spread information and awareness regarding women and heart disease, and specifically not for women, but that's our target audience. And it's made up of survivors and people who have some way been affected by heart disease and stroke. And what we do specifically in February is to do these type of events where we go out into the community and provide information and do workshops or give speeches. We ask companies, businesses to go red to show their support of the mission of Heart Month. And we provide activities and information to people who may not, say maybe if they're not going to the workshops or anything like that, we're there for people to ask questions and stuff like that.
And how long have you been doing this?
Ooh, I have been a volunteer probably now for about 8 years, and I just became the chair for the Passion Committee this year. This is my first year as the chair.
Well, I know you do a great job.
Thank you.
I want to ask all of you, what is your favorite way to live a healthy lifestyle? Can you share any of that with us?
Well, as a mom of 3 little ones, I usually try to do something that includes the kids. So that way they can be heart healthy too. I try to get them to go outside and go for a walk with me, doing something together.
Off the electronics?
Oh yes, yes. It's hard, but it gets done at home. You know, we try to bargain a little bit with them.
Okay. And you?
Well, I still cycle. I'm actually cycling more again. I had kind of stopped for a while. In fact, my husband and I rode 25 miles yesterday on the Pinellas Trail.
Really?
So really enjoy
so
that.
Impressed.
It saved my heart. I don't have any heart muscle damage because I'd been cycling so much. So that's another incentive to stay in good shape because it's good for your heart.
Okay, and so you do this on the Pinellas Trail?
Yes.
Okay.
We only live about a mile away, so it's what a blessing to be that close to the trail. That's a wonderful thing, and I think there's a trail over on the Hillsborough side too.
Okay. What about you, Rhonda?
For me, it's mostly about I try to incorporate exercise during the week as a part of my lunch, and making smoothies. I purchased a NutriBullet so I can make my smoothies. Exactly, and getting my.
Your office.
No, I don't, but I do. I am able to bring healthy foods to work, so that's a big plus. And then using my daughter, getting her incorporated in it. So she's been volunteering since she was small, and she lost, her father to a heart attack, and my father passed away of a heart attack. So it's very personal for us. And now she's getting better about the fruits and vegetables, but her big thing is like bacon. So now she's in love with turkey bacon. She doesn't even want any other. So she's starting to come around on that. She's a teenager, so.
And I know you're stationed out at the San Angelo Center.
Yes, I am.
And I know it's a huge grounds there.
Yes.
Do you walk around them?
Yes, I have, and we have the playground in the back that we got from Kaboom and the Rays. But it is a large property. Yes. We were actually talking about measuring it, so I have. And sometimes, if I'm not able to go to the gym, I will walk around the property a few times.
Well, I think that's a wonderful idea to have a walking trail around the San Angelo. You should probably walk around that about 2 or 3 times.
It is.
10
it
miles.
does. It does. And then we have the dance classes and stuff like that. So that's a possibility too, to join the girls during their time when they're and they're dancing.
The San Angelo Center. Maybe I can
Yes,
join
you
you.
are.
Okay. What is happening locally during the month of February for the Heart Healthy Month? What are some of the activities that's going on?
There's going to be a blood pressure check. For the fire department is doing a blood pressure check in February. There's going to be a mural that's going to be painted downtown. Really? Yes, and we have been working with the city to get that done. So there's going to be space. It's going to be, I believe, the Amsterdam downtown. They can go to the website, AmericanHeart.org, and it's Tampa Bay. Or Facebook, I'm sure those items.
Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Facebook.
Page?
Okay, yeah,
They have everything
and Twitter, yeah. So they should be able to find that information on there. We are actually going to do the following month. We're looking to do a paint and sip awareness event at a location downtown, and there's going to be a walk on Bay Shore in Tampa.
Oh, okay. So it sounds like you got a lot of activities going on.
The activities.
Okay, because now tell me, how can someone get involved with Go Red for Women in the National Rare Red Day?
I would believe if they want to participate in any of the events that we're having and approach somebody from the committee or go to the American Heart Association's website.
Or you
and
can just
become
call
involved.
the office.
Yeah.
Okay, so give us that number.
I don't have that. Not off the top of my head.
Right.
It's in my phone.
Okay, but we have the information on the screen too,
Right.
so that
Okay.
folks can give you a call or go to the website. However, it's easier for them to contact
Well, they've seen
you.
our three faces. If they see us, they can ask us.
And then,
Right.
and it's easy to get involved. We definitely welcome, the assistance because we can only do so much as a small group.
Right.
So we are definitely looking to recruit people in order to be able to expand awareness in different areas.
Well, that was my next question: is to what are your needs? What can people do to help your progress?
Everything. Just volunteer. Come to the Passion Committee. That's a grassroots effort, and I haven't been for a while, but I used to go often. And actually, the women from that group go out into their own parts of the community, and then they raise the awareness out there. And it's that's how that movement grows.
Do you all do fundraising events and things like that?
We are working on doing fundraising events as the Passion Committee, but definitely the Heart Association. And last year was one of the biggest heart walks in November at Raymond James.
I think it was the fourth biggest in the nation.
Yes. And they raised over $3 million.
Right. The Go Red for Women luncheon is in May. We have Heart Walk. There's the Heart Ball. I think that's in April. So those are the big fundraising things that they do.
Okay. Now the wearing red, do you do it all during February? You can wear it any day during February.
Well, Wear Red Day is the big day that everybody knows to wear red. I mean, I love red, so I wear red anyway.
Yeah.
I
I love red too. I just didn't wear it today. It seems that it would have dawned on me to do that.
Yeah, but Heart Month and Wear Red Day are the big red pushes.
Okay. Was there any other information that you all want to share? I really appreciate you sharing your survival stories with us. You're very brave women to have had that experience and to, of course, blessed to be sitting here today. Extremely brave you, especially with riding your bicycle.
During my heart attack, the
Yes.
cardiologist was appalled when
Yeah.
he talked to me in the
Well, I didn't
emergency
know it was
room.
a heart attack.
No, I didn't know it was a heart attack. My symptoms were not classic symptoms. I didn't recognize them. So, but now everybody that hears this is going to know that.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe there should be something on the website about. Is your story on the website about you
I don't
not
think my
really
story
having
is.
the
I've been-
classic symptoms?
There's information, I think, at heart.org,
Okay.
and they've been getting the information out for the last number of years now that they have figured out that women's symptoms are often different from men's. And the awareness is actually, when I go out and talk to women's groups, I'm pleased to find out that a lot of them actually know that now.
Well, that is information that really should be out there.
Yes.
It really should.
And we definitely know that it's making an impact in terms of the number, in terms of, number one, and I believe, I think it's number 4 now.
Stroke used to be the number 4 killer, and now it's dropped to number 5. So now that's killer. That's not the number of people who actually have strokes, but the mortality has improved for that. So now we just need to get that heart disease.
So that's just showing that the awareness at the ground level is helping and assisting people because now they know the warning signs of stroke in women. That's our job or our call is to provide them the information that it's not necessarily your arm is going to start hurting and you're going to start clutching yourself.
Right, yeah.
It's about the stomach ache that may not seem a little,
Right.
may seem a little odd or, maybe just a tense feeling in the neck.
Yes.
And that
Back
kind of
pain
stuff.
often.
Exactly.
I talked to a woman one time, and she said she felt like she was choking when she was having her heart attack, and she said she would never have imagined that she was having a heart attack from that symptom. And so,
Well, this is just wonderful information that you all are sharing because a lot of this stuff I've never even heard of. And when you think of people having heart attacks, you think of the classic symptoms and signs. You
clutch your chest and
yes,
fall to the ground,
you
and that's
those pain radiating down your arm and what have you.
Age
so,
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Right.
think that's
Age
the
too.
big one.
right.
Yeah.
They used to think that women, really weren't going to have a heart attack until after age 60, and
So
right,
definitely
50.
not.
Right, and then and then Sharon
Stroke at
also
30.
had- yes.
30, right.
Yeah, it's good to see the difference. Her and I, you look at us and we're completely different. In the way we look, our backgrounds. It just affects everybody.
It can happen to anybody.
Right,
Exactly.
right.
It doesn't specify who's going to get it. And 80% of stroke can be prevented.
Right.
You know, and heart disease.
Yes.
So,
Well, these diseases are equal opportunity killers.
Right. That's just some fascinating information. Let me ask you this: do you all do community events where you set up booths and give out information about, you know, these things, heart attacks, strokes, and what have you? Do you participate in any of those events?
I have in the past.
Because I do a lot of, I plan a lot of events for especially the Midtown area, and you know, I have one coming up, and I certainly will give you all a call so that you can set up a booth, and so you can just,
Yeah, just call the
you know,
Heart
disseminate
Association.
some of this, the information. I think it's wonderful, and the community needs to know, you know. And now especially women, and some of their symptoms can be totally different, you know, for men. The information that need to get
It's
out
especially deadly for women. And, you know, when I had my heart attack, I didn't know it was the #1 killer of Americans and of women. And right now, it kills women, heart disease kills women at the rate of almost 1 every minute.
there. Wow.
That's a lot of women.
Yeah.
But the Go
certainly
Red
is.
for Women movement has saved in excess of 600,000 lives since its inception in, I think it was 2004. 2004. So the movement is working.
Yeah, it is, and we want it to continue to
We
work.
want, yes,
We definitely
we
want it to
continue
continue. Anything else you all want to share? Well, thanks again for joining us today. Here's where you can go to learn more about being heart healthy. I'm Janice Ford. Thanks for watching St. Petersburg Together. See you again next time.